Darlene Denny again, coming at you from realmeaning.info. Today, I'm going to be going over some words, of course, from my blog that I sort of, in a way, make it easier to understand. And I wanted to let you guys know my website is not only it comes in different categories actually when you go to it. It has computer terms, even auto insurance terms. The new one is physician titles, which is very important. Let's see. I'm even going to be adding math terms, and the reason why is because one of my girlfriend's little boys, he was having problems in math, and he said, "Auntie Darlene, can you go over some different math words with me? I don't understand." So I did, and afterwards I thought I should add that to the blog because it would be good for kids to, if they're having trouble in math, to go on the blog and say, "Oh, that's what that math term mean," or "That's what that means in trigonometry," or something like that. It's good for adults as well. So I'm going to be adding that. I'm also going to be adding different medical terms as well, healthcare terms. I add a new term every day, so I'm going to be adding also a login so people can log into my blog as well if they want to receive a word every day as well. So, and I'd be very happy if you did log in to realmeaning.info. So today, how I do it is whenever I look up a word, I always look it up online first, and then we real meaning it afterwards to learn what it really means. So today I'm going to be dealing with 3 different terms. One's a computer term, one is a law term, and the other is from one of my new categories, a physician title, which is very much appreciated. It really is. It really is very much appreciated because some of those doctor titles can be very confusing. Some of them sound the same, and also too a lot of times your doctor, and also if you need to go to a certain doctor, they don't write out what it is or even tell you what it is. You need to go see a pathopathologist or whatever. So that's what my job is, to let you know, well, this is what a pathologist is. So the first thing we'll start out with is the law term. It's called the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Now, when I looked this up first, I did some research. I didn't even know it existed or what it was. And I guess it was enacted or came about in 2002. So let's go ahead and look that up first. Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Okay. So this is what it says. This is what it comes up. It says the Sarbanes-Oxley Act of 2002 is a legislation enacted to protect shareholders and the general public from accounting errors and fraudulent practices in the enterprise. The act is administered by the Securities and Exchange Commission, which sets deadlines for compliance and publishes rules on requirements. So this is nice, but let's real meaning it. Like I said, let's real meaning it. This is what I have on my blog. Under Sarbanes-Oxley Act, if a company is stealing money or committing fraud, this act protects the people who has invested their money in those companies. Period. Like the song before is no more words. That's it. If a company is stealing money or committing fraud, doing bad stuff, this act protects the people who has given their money to those companies. Whereas before, you just, you lost your money. Sorry, they went away with your money. Not anymore after this act. So, well, it was pretty good. Doing research on these different terms, I learned something as well. So, it's good to know. Not that I'll be doing any, giving any company my money or anything, but it's good to know if I ever do. Now, the second term I'm going to go over is a computer term. It's called file extension. And once again, let's look it up and let's see what it means, and then we'll real meaning it. Once again, it's called a file extension. Alrighty. So this is what I'm getting for a definition on file extension when I Googled it. A file extension is the suffix at the end of a file name which indicates what kind of file it is. And it gives you an example. For example, you can tell that the file displayed on the left, I guess it gave some sort of example as a rich text file because of the .rtf extension. On mine, I give an example too. On a lot of them, I give an example. Mine sometimes are not as cut and dry as the one before it because I give examples. Sometimes it can't be, unfortunately, because it's, sometimes the word it's it's very, very deep, and you need to go into it and give examples. And so, but I try to make it as easy as possible whenever I do give an example, or I have to add more words to it. So let's real meaning file extension. A file extension is a type of file. It is the last name of a file. This is done so that the computer can recognize which type of file it is and where to put it. For example, a music file has a file extension of .mp3. A document file has a file extension of .doc. So that's what it says on my blog, realmeaning.info. And I know it's more words to that. Like I said, not all of them can be just a couple of words and a dot to it. So I tried to sort of explain that a file extension is like your last name. It's who you are. You have your first name, and then your last name tells your parents. So a file extension tells what type of file it is. Like a music file, when I gave an example, has a file extension of an MP3. A document file has a file extension of whatever you name the document, and then .doc. So that's what a file extension is, really. I might try to nutshell that a little bit. Sometimes I do that too, to sort of make it a little bit more smaller so that people can right away go, oh, okay, that's what it is. So I work on this day and night. And the last one is a doctor title. Now the doctor title that I'm going to be working with today is called an occultist.